Hello and welcome, bookworms. Welcome to this week's episode of The Contented Narrative. We are looking at The Consulting Detective, The Mystery of the Dangerously Unbalanced Ledger by Michael Mkpadi. I've probably said that wrong. I do apologise. He is also my postman. So I'm so sorry, Michael. So it was a weird one how this came about. So he was dropping off a parcel for me. We got talking. And then he told me he's an author, and he has published quite a few works, which is really good. And he said that he sort of based this because he used to work in finance. So he's based this sort of like off of himself, but obviously added a bit more of a Sherlock Holmes-esque thing to it. And it's a bit of like a whodunit, a bit of a killer one. And overall, it was quite good. And I have given this feedback to him. Overall, it was quite good. I liked the main character. I liked the intrigue. The maths bit, I got a little bit lost with some of it. Considering I work in finance as well, I should maybe know a bit more about that. My bad. And overall, it was an enjoyable book, and it was a very easy read. The way that it's put out, like, it reads more like a play than a book. And I found that really, so I got this done in like a couple of hours because I was reading it more like a play than a book, and I really enjoyed that sort of format. But I will say, so like the characters were good, but like there wasn't as much backstory to it, considering it's the first one in the series. I would have liked a bit more backstory to what the characters were doing, you know, how they knew each other. You know, it just felt like sometimes like someone was thrown in and you were like, okay, how are they fitting in? Who do they know? And you were playing, because you were taking so long to try and figure that bit out, then by the time they'd actually become important to the plot, you're like, oh shit, I've forgotten who it is. But overall, very good. Nicely, you know, this story was a nice sort of like in itself, but then it left it open to sequels as well, which again, like, you know, where I've read books in the past, if it is part of a long line of books, if you conclude the story but leave it open for a sequel for the characters, I'm happy with that. I get more annoyed if it's open for a sequel and then I never get the sequel. Do you know what I mean? Or like when you're watching a TV show and then it gets cancelled and you're like, well, what happens? It's a cliffhanger. So it didn't end on a cliffhanger, but there was enough to keep you intrigued to read the next one. So the next one is definitely on my to-read book. I will say that, you know, my to-read list is so long. And this one kind of jumped the line a bit because I was like, oh, you know, he's my postie. I should give him a shout out. And I did genuinely enjoy the book. But I will say that the second one I will end up buying, and I do want to know what happens to the characters. It's just a little bit further down the line. But I would say I would definitely recommend giving it a read. I would say check him out on Amazon. As I said, I leave a link in the chat anyway, so that you guys can click on it to order it. But I say if you like his style, if you like the way that he writes the books, definitely buy more of his. I'll be reading more of his. Just once I've cleared off a bit of the backlog on the 70 plus I've got on my to read list. But Kindle, paperback, hardback, however you want to buy it, however you want to consume it. If there's an audiobook, do the audiobook as well if you feel like it. But obviously, let me know below in the comments if it is something you have enjoyed, if you've continued reading the books, if there's any books that are similar to this one that you think I might enjoy. But also as well, if you are sort of like an inspiring author, if you've written a book, a fiction book, because I'm a fiction girly, as you can tell by the channel. If you've written a fiction book and you'd like for me to read it and review it on your channel, I'm more than happy to do so. Leave me a comment, and I can certainly connect with you and see what we can work out. And I do buy my books, so I never expect you to send it for free. I'm always happy for freebies, don't get me wrong, but I always do buy the books because I want to support people. But let me know what you think. Thank you so much for your continued support, guys. It means the world to me that you constantly watch these videos. So remember to always keep it contento.